And we're back. That was Chip Hanna with Just a Cowboy, one of my favorites. Now, we're still here in studio talking with Paul Vernon and Toby and Ed, talking about Strong Arm of the Law. Now, as you were filming this project, Paul, going through Arizona, did you notice and as you're learning things, did you notice any of the similarities or the differences between the real West and Hollywood's idea of what the Old West actually was?
Okay, I would say pretty much the only thing that resembles it is the scenery. The scenery stays the same, but of course Hollywood has this romantic notion which I think brings a lot of people to the West and to Arizona. We tried to do quite a bit of research on this. It was a very limited budget film or video. But we tried to get it as authentic as we could, and where we went into Waco to the Texas Rangers Hall of Museum just to check out some facts there, and they were giving us ideas on what the Texas Ranger should be wearing, what he shouldn't be wearing. And we had a few other consultants that were checking information out for us. So all the way along the line, we try to keep it as authentic as we possibly could. Mm-hmm. But Hollywood does have a very romantic notion, that the hats are completely different, whereas they would be more wide-brimmed because they would protect the cowboys from the sun rather than kind of look cool and sexy, I guess, which is what Hollywood wanted to bring them out. And different things like the boots, we were, and the gun rigs, we try to keep everything as authentic as we could. The shirts, we went to
There was actually a very particular picture that I saw that I knew you guys, it was just awesome. I knew you had gotten it. Toby is actually leaning up against a tree, looking down at the wanted poster.
Yeah.
And you can see what he's wearing between the tan pants, the jacket, the hat. You can't really see the gun rig, but the boots, sitting right there on the edge of the creek. You can tell it's hot, and he's there serving a purpose. He's in the shade, and you guys got it.
Yeah.
Functionality versus what looks cool.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you.
And it was a great shot because if you study anything in the Old West, you realize if it had a reason, it was because it was for function, not fashion.
Precisely.
And you guys, it looked like you guys were having fun as well as nailing it out there on that
set. we had some real fun, I have to tell you. It was hard work. It was hot. We've come at the hottest time of the year. You get in your hottest period. Back home in the UK, it's probably touching 65 if we're lucky. So this is it's been hard. We've had to rearrange the shoots for different hours, so we try and keep out of the midday sun and stuff. But the guys have worked hard, and so the sweat that you see on the cowboys, that is genuine sweat. We haven't had to put that on them,
Yeah, I got a question for you, Paul. This is a stupid question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Okay, you live in England, and you've been to Arizona many times. What were you thinking to come out here and shoot this in June?
Okay, daftness, madness.
Cheaper airfare.
No, it wasn't a cheaper airfare at all, actually. No, we came out here about 3 months ago to do a bit of research and a bit of location hunting, and I was advised then that it would be hot if we came back, and if we wanted to do it, we should try and keep up north. So most of the stuff we shot around Prescott, Dewey, Humboldt area like that, and we did quite a bit along the rivers down in Camp Verde.
Beautiful country.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. The scenery is spectacular. We were looking for that great sunset that you always see. We didn't quite catch the one that I wanted, but it was hot. I don't know why I came back. I should have come in February, I'm told.
Now, with Strong Arm of the Law, are you going to be doing this as authentic as you can? Are you going to throw some CG in there? Or are you going to...
No, I want to keep CG out of it if I can. The gun shots we've tried to keep as gun shots. The prop gun we used, unfortunately, kind of let us down. But we needed a kind of a sexy gun, I guess, for the Texas Ranger. But it had to have an ivory grip, and we did a little bit of research. And back in the UK, we can't get the stuff out there as easy as you can here. So we had one from an American company shipped to one of our contacts in California. But I think on the last day of shoot, it just completely broke on us. And that was like $300, and it was like, hey, good job we finished, but, yeah.
And then I drop on them. You could have used one of ours and just bought the grips.
So it sounds like you guys got a great experience of actually filming this Western like they would have back in the 60s and 70s when Westerns were really pushing their heyday.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing this. We were just. What did we have? We had three members on the crew. Pretty much myself doing most of it. We had Phil, who was doing props and running around and making sure everybody had enough, hydration in the system, water and Gatorade. Are we allowed to say that?
Oh yeah.
Sure. And he was doing well on that. I mean, yeah, set got hot. The tempers frayed a couple of times. But I think essentially it all pulled together. So yeah, I mean, we had nobody else behind us. I mean, we haven't got additional lighting. We were using the sunlight, obviously, where we could. I think we only brought out a portable set once, just to bring in some side lighting on Toby's face when he's on a horse. And the microphone is just on the camera. So we didn't have a big crew.
You went old school.
Yeah, we went real. That's what I wanted. I wanted to keep it old school. I didn't want any artificial lighting in there. I don't want CGIs. We haven't really gone for a lot of blood in it at all. That there are scenes there. Obviously, the guys, somebody has been shot. I won't say who.
Spoiler.
Yeah, and we've used a few blood effects there, and we've used the guns. When the guns have gone off and they're fired, then that's pretty much as you see. So I want to keep away from CGI if I can.
Well, now you did say one word in there I want to touch on, because obviously Ed and the rest of us with the Roughriders and Toby have worked around him before. What was it like for you? Was this your first time filming and not photographing horses? How well did that? I see the smile on you. He's smiling real big.
By the way, I want to jump in and say that was one beautiful blonde horse you guys used.
Yes, it was.
Oh, really? You like the one Toby had?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Do you know what the name of the horse was called?
Blondie.
Yeah, Blondie.
Toby told me.
We had two horses together. One was a Apollo, which the Outlaw rode, and
which was played by
that was Tony Booth.
Tony Booth, a very good friend of ours. He's a wonderful actor, talented, he's got the great look too.
Oh, a perfect look for the Outlaw.
Yeah. When you told me that you cast Tony, I'm like, wow, wow.
He was a lucky find. I really thanks to all the guys that helped put him together on board on that one because he did well on that, and he rode that horse that he had Apollo, to perfection on that.
And then his wife helped out.
Yeah, we had Mary. Mary came on board as well. She was great. She helped keep our costume department in order and keep the authenticity up to as near 100% as we could. So maybe thanks to the pair of them, for that.
Very good. But so he rode Apollo and Toby rode Blondie.
That's correct, yeah.
Very good. If you guys, by the way, a Strong Arm of the Law does have a Facebook page. Just go ahead and do a search on it, and you'll see this real ugly cowboy. I mean, Toby. Sitting there on the front page of it. Go ahead and give him a like. If you haven't done it already, please go to Strong Arm of the Law, give him a like, because he's going to be putting up, I'm sure, a lot more production photos and little snippets.
Yeah, when we get back to the UK, I mean, I'm heading back. I've got some family duties to do for about a week or so when I get home, and then I'll get down to looking at some of the footage and some of the video clips and the stills that we've taken, and we'll get a load of them put onto the Facebook page, and it'll be good times for the next few months, I'm sure.
Hey, Paul, I want to tell you got some really great boots.
Thank you very much.
Well, what kind of boots are those?
These are Ariats, actually.
Ariats, probably some of the best boots ever made. I have a pair of Ariats, they're the most comfortable boots I own. So Ariat, if you want to sponsor Rawhide Radio, go ahead and contact us. All right, I tell you what, we're going to take another quick break with some more Chip Hanna. But when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more with Toby on his experience with this. So here's Second Wind by Chip Hanna.